My countrymen, we are here again in a meeting which will be all of which is really about COVID. Hindi tayo lalalo dyan. Most of the discussion tonight will be cornered by the issue of COVID. I'd like to ask Secretary Galvez made a trip to India and he's back, and we would like to know what happened to the result in our quest for more vaccine, with Indonesia popping in helping us. Secretary Galvez.
Yes, sir. Sir, I will share my slides, sir, my presentation. It is more or less 10 to 15 slides, sir.
So, when do we expect the shipment from India?
Sir, it will be by third quarter, po, sir. But I will wanted some explanation, sir, pertaining sa the deliveries of our different vaccines. If you will allow, Mr. President, that I will present in order, po, sir.
Well, gusto ko lang malaman ng ating mga kababayan up to what point in time are we in the fight against the COVID. So if there's...
Sir, based on the target and timelines that we had, this coming March, we will be receiving 2.3 million doses. Sir, for this month of March, we will be expecting more or less 2.3 million vaccines. It will be coming from Sinovac, 400,000 from the Chinese donation. And then also we are working on the procurement through the OH, the 1 million Sinovac, so a total of 1.4 Sinovac vaccines. And we have an information from WHO that we might be receiving almost 1 million of AstraZeneca also within this month or maybe early April, with 979,200 AstraZeneca, with a total of 2,379,200 doses by March or early April, po, sir.
I hope, alam mo, gusto ko malaman ng mga tao that we would be discussing the time and the actual inoculation of the rest of the Filipinos. Mabutit po't sabihin ko na sa inyo ngayon, yung araw na to, including those who are really hurrying you up and criticizing government. Sinabi ko na nga if they want to join the lady, they can negotiate, and I will honor it if they can have a vaccine sufficient for our need. Mga kababayan ko, hanggang ngayon, wala pa tayong sobra. Ibig sabihin, walang dumating except those donated. Yung ginawang donasyon lang ng China pati sa WHO. Walang bayad yun. Si Secretary Galvez pumunta ng India at maroon siyang negotiation. He says that it was a very good one and we can expect delivery in weeks. Ganito ang tanong ko. Kasi talagang apurado ang lahat naman. Meron tayo nandyan ngayon intended sa pangalawang injection kasi dalawa yan eh. The booster would follow in so many days. Yan hindi pa nagagamit kasi ang second booster ang problema niyan madali yan sabihin. How about those needing already the second dose? There's a problem there. Sabihin mo, gamitin na muna para sa first dose na hindi pa na bakunahan. Well, that's good. But the problem is, the second dose would come from the future deliveries. Okay yan. Ang problema, ang next problem is, baka hindi dumating. Ano ngayon ang on time? I'm sure that everybody, especially the World Health Organization, must know our quandary na gagamitin natin. We assume that the
525, sir. 525,000 doses.
525. Kung gamitin lahat yan, paano yung ngayon na-injectionan ng Sinovac? Kasi ito man ang pinakamarami. Kung kailangan nila in the interim between the period of the delivery of the vaccines and the due date of the second inoculation. Second vaccination. There's a problem there. Yes, you can.
Magandang gabi po, Mr. President, Senator Bongo, Chair of the Committee on Health, and Yusek Bernie Flores, and all the IATF members. Sir, yung pong sa Sinovac, talagang nakatabi na po yung second dose. For the simple reason that the interval between the first and the second dose is only 28 days. After 28 days, after a person was given the first dose, susunod na po yung pangalawang dose 28 days later. So nakatabi na po yun. Wala na po tayong problema sa Sinovac. Yung issue na lang po ay sa AstraZeneca na ating pong tinanggap sa pamamagitan ng COVAX facility. So 525,000 po yan. At ang una pong ginawa ng program coordinator natin, itinabi na rin yung for second dose. Para nga tama si Senator na kung hindi tayo nakakasiguro kung darating ba yung second dose o hindi, baka tayo sisihin pagdating ng panahon na kinakailangan na ng second dose. Ngayon po, ang time interval, yung pagitan ng first dose sa AstraZeneca at sa pangalawang dose is 12 weeks, 3 months po. Palagay naman natin, and according to the WHO country representative, he will write a letter to reassure us that the next batch will really come. And from there, we will use the second dose. So baka dumating po, hindi lang makapagbigay ng definite date, but could be anywhere from last week of March to about first week of April. So in that light, pwede ho natin gamitin na yung lahat ng 525,000 AstraZeneca vaccines as first dose. So we give more. We provide partial protection to a lot more healthcare workers.
Let me zero in. Ganito yan eh. How about those na mabakunahan na ang second dose is due date maybe next week? Kasi wala naman yung tali na sabay-sabay. That argument would only hold true if yung first dose sabay sila mag-second dose. Ang problema, yung naturo ka na at kailangan na nila ng second dose. Yun the second dose is critical here.
If I may, Mr. President, yung pong sa Sinovac, wala na po tayong problema kasi talagang meron second dose na nakatabi. We already programmed it in such a way that they will receive their second dose 28 days post first dose inoculation po. Because kahit na may nauna, say kung March 5 may 1,000, March 6 may 2,000, March 7 may 20,000 na nabigyan ng first dose ng AstraZeneca, you will count 12 weeks after the first dose. And there's a huge time difference for the AstraZeneca between the first and the second dose per the protocol. Yun po yung indication ng AstraZeneca. Hindi po naman kasi lahat ng mga bakuna pare-pareho, sir. Yung Sinovac, kailangan 28 days, turo ka, second dose, sir. Sa AstraZeneca po, 12 weeks. Ngayon, bakit po maganda na gamitin na lahat yung 525,000 as first dose so we can cover more healthcare workers and frontliners? And ma-resolve din po natin yung problema ng AstraZeneca na short shelf life. Ibig sabihin, sir, after 3 months, expired na yung bakuna. So by giving it, sir, as first dose, we solve that problem as well.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Magandang yung solution. I said we go back to the same predicament of the delivery on time. So kung talagang if the manufacturers who sold us the vaccines would be true to their word that the vaccines will be there and can be vaccinated to people on time. Secretary Galvez.
Sir, Mr. President, sir, I agree with Secretary Duque. Dahil po, nabigyan na po tayo ng warning order ng COVAX, ng WHO, na may padating na po na 979,200 na AstraZeneca this coming March 22. So yun po, kung magkakaroon po man ng delay, baka po first week ng April. At ako po ay sinabihan din po ni Dr. Rabi na mas maganda talaga na magamit po yung nauna na 525,600 na doses na magamit na po lahat, ma-expedite na po lahat, sabi niya. Kasi pagka hindi po naubos po yun, baka ma-delay yung second tranche ng po natin. So ang sinasabi niya po ay talagang darating po ang AstraZeneca na this coming May, mayroong 4.5 million darating pa ng AstraZeneca. At yung sa pangalawang tranche po ngayon na binigay po sa akin na information ni Director Atoy ng DOH is 979,200 po ang darating this March. Ito po ang pinaka-latest information po. So, ang recommendation ko po ay support the recommendation of Secretary Duque na mas maganda po na maibigay po natin sa AstraZeneca dahil meron po tayong taktaw na more or less 3 months po.
Well, we are only hoping that these things would come to pass. And pati yung COVID mismo. But we cannot be really cocksure on that. So, we do not leave any room, any space for in lapses sa ating drive against the COVID-19. Let me explain to the people in simple terms. Yung bakuna, it's the mask. Ilang gamit lang yan. But yung iba lumang-luma, isang buwan na ginagamit because they did not have money to buy. We have to provide the mask for everybody. Kung yung tao walang pera mabili ng mask, how do you expect compliance from him? So, it's good. They take the ILG again and the barangay captains. Makatulong po kayo. Same, you have the same data sa mga tao kung sino yung nabakuna, sino hindi. So para yung iba, you know, when they buy a mask, it can be worn for so many days only. And I don't know, the property of the mask is lupay-lupay na. So, kung kailangan na we ask the people to comply, we also look into the possibility that they cannot buy it. So, government, sa panahon ito, must provide. Kailangan talaga nila. So, huwag natin na, when they get sick, you cannot plug a dead horse. Kaya, at least every 2 days, puro pawis na yan. At I said the properties of that mask might not be really as strong as what it is intended for. Si Harry Roque, Harry, bakit ka nagka-positive?
Ay, ewan ko po. Pero binibilang ko po kung saan posibleng nakuha. Pero sumama po ako sa rollout ng vaccination sa PGH, sa Vicente Soto, sa Southern Philippines, sa Lawag Medical, at saka sa, sa Roque Ablan.
Hindi ko naman, I sense no difference in your department.
Wala po. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo. Oo. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po mga press briefing, tuloy-tuloy po lahat. Kaya lang po, para huwag ako makahawa, naka-isolate po ako.
Kaya, had you been able to validate if you really have the COVID or not?
Opo, nakadalawang beses po ako ng test, pareho pong positive.
My countrymen, I think that we dedicated this particular program only sa COVID. Kasi para maintindihan ninyo lahat. Ngayon, intindihan ko ang problema ng mayaman, naintindihan ko ang mahirap, intindihan ko yung access ng mayaman, naintindihan ko yung access ng mahirap. Yung mga mayaman, actually, there will be a surplus. I'm sure of that. So, pero it might not really be good to wait for that. Sabi nga, I have read a statement somewhere that sabi ni I think it's I will not I'm sure somebody said it. It was published, but nababasa ko sa I think sa CNN or yung balita na Tagalog. Baka doon po na yung COVID is really dangerous because it infect you for another. Yun ako, this winds up our talk for tonight. I will just say to my countrymen that do not despair. Kaya natin ito, COVID na ito. Maliit na bagay ito sa buhay natin. Marami tayong dinaanan, mas grabe, mas mahirap, mas namuduluha kayo. Saka, I know, lahat kayo, lalo na mga kababayan ko nandyan sa Escobados area, lahat kayo, huwag kayong matakot at hindi ko kayo iwanan. That's why I said, we're thinking of going mobile. Kayo nang pumunta. Or, if you are near the barangay, you just wait because ang order ko ngayon is for the team to give you the vaccine will be traveling at least meron. Kung 5, 6, 7, okay na yan. Marami tayong sakyan. We will use all government assets. Gamitin natin ang lahat ng sasakyan ng gobyerno. Lahat. Not necessarily from the Department of sa DILGs. Sa lahat, we must contribute. And the other departments must take note of this. You have to contribute. I said, this is a fight not only against the COVID, but against, despair and hopelessness. Yung wala itong sabi ang tao, wala ng, ano ba Tagalog sa hopelessness? Wala ng pag-asa at parang abandono kayo ng gobyerno. Hindi yung mangyari yan. We would like to, alam mo, sa totoo lang, kung may pera lang talaga at may kaya lang wala talaga tayong naghiram pa tayo. Then we have to, until now, Secretary Garo is still traveling. But positive naman yung results niya. So, okay lang na maghintay-hintay lang kayo ng sandali. Abutin ko na kayo. Lalo na yung, sabi ko, mahirap. Kasi 1 kwarto lang kayo lahat. Anak ka, madali katabi mo. Yung mag-asawa, may mga anak na matanda o may kapatid. So, yung transmission ng COVID madali. Kaya pupunta na, we will start. When can you start, Secretary Duque?
Sa vaccination, sir?
Then, yeah, the traveling, yung magpasok sa mga squatters area.
Sir, pagka nagkaroon na po tayo ng sufficient na vaccines, they are going to be prioritized as per your instruction, Mr. President.
Kung pagdating na sa matapos na yung health workers, yung
Senior citizens, sir.
Kayo na ang sunod. Then kung gusto ng mga nasa gobyerno, yung namang may trabaho, may pera konti, last na tayo. Unahin natin sila. So, ang priority would really be the squatters. And we go to the squatters area. They do not have to go there because for a lot of reason would come in. Walang pera, hindi maiwanan yung anak. Isa lang ang naghanap buhay. They take care of the children so they do not sabihin na lang nila kasi bahala na. Yan na lang. That is an expression of resignation. Yung magsabi, bahala na. It's an indicative of a person who has lost hope. Kung nangailangan ng tulong, nandiyan kami. Hindi lang nga madali. Pero we will mobilize. Can we have it by ano bang yan?
March 15 po, sir.
Hindi, yung
Okay, sir.
so, can we have it 3 days from now?
Para po
Yung traveling unit.
We can prepare that, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Ang problema lang po, Mr. President, na nakikita ko po ngayon, yun po kasing kung dadali po yung bakuna sa kanila, kakailanganin po ng napakamaraming taong monitor for adverse effects following immunization. Yan po ang very important step, final step in the vaccination process. After you're vaccinated, you have to be observed for about 30 minutes to about 1 hour individually for a possible serious side effects. And nakita niyo naman po sir, may mga reports talaga na mga serious side effects na nangyayari. And also monitoring even the minor side effects. At mabigyan po ng lunas. Kaya po ang ginagawa natin sa fixed site implementing units like RHUs and hospitals, at least doon po mababantayan maramihan. Kasi kung isa-isahin po natin sa mga lugar nila, ang dami pong kulang po tayo sa tao para mag-monitor, sir.
Yes, but if you use that argument na wala tayong tao, yung nandito nga sa mga barangay na mahirap, hindi talaga mabakunahan. That's the problem.
Sir, if I may, yung po mga tao kasi, meron po silang, unang-una may listahan po ang mga barangay captains, bibigyan po yan kay mayor, ibibigay po yan sa DOH region, nakaplano na po, may mga pangalan na po yan para mga botante. Yan po, meron na po silang assignment, kumbaga sa voting precinct, meron na din po silang assignment kung saan po sila babakunahan. At tama po kayo sir, kung sinabi ninyo na pagka nagbakuna ka, you have to maintain the minimum public health standards na naka-face mask, naka-face shield, tapos may physical distancing, yung po mga upuan, na habang nag-aantay po sila. So, ito po yung mga detalye nung process of inoculation. And the most important step there is after the vaccination, they have to be observed, Mr. President, for
How many people?
Well, 100 a day.
100
yes,
people a day?
A day for one vaccination site. So kung 4,500 po yung vaccination sites, you will be expecting to vaccinate 450,000 people a day, Mr. President. And because we are targeting 70 million people to be vaccinated to reach herd immunity, Mr. President, it will take about 5 to 6 months to complete the first dose of vaccinating 70 million Filipinos for the first dose, sir. So nakaplano na po lahat ito, Mr. President. So execution na lang po, implementation na lang po, sir. Parang sa COMELEC na meron ng precinct, parang voting precincts, doon na lang po sila pupunta, may listahan na po doon. Lahat po ng pangalan nila.
I'm satisfied with your answer, but the problem is, I said, there are those ganito who will take care of that problem. Yung hindi makano. Either we provide the transportation, we'll rent social distancing na rin. How many trips a day?
We will compute, sir.
Dito lang Metro Manila, pasok sila sa, for example, Tondo. Tapos dito sa Santa Ana, marami rin. Pupunta na lang doon at doon na just make sure that I said the integrity of the vaccine is not compromised. Baka mishandle, misplace, mismanage yung team, then there's always the danger that the vaccine given will be put to naught. Yun ang ibig kong sabihin. So, with that, the Secretary, Mr. Senator Bongo, Secretary Galvez, and how I mentioned everybody. I mentioned him already. I si Del, yung superstar sa mga OFW. You know, they will remember you for all time. Pagka experience ko kasi, pag pumunta ka ng bahay, party, hindi na ako pumupunta ng mga yung birthday parties, you know. Pero pag nasa hirap ka, o kaya may namatay, o itong galing sa labas, kaya talagang hirap na hirap sila sa tulong natin. Hindi na mo kakalimutan. So, ganoon kasi si Secretary Lorenzana, nasa Amerika na yan. Tumanggi yan ang uwi dito. I had to, binaso ko yan, sabi ko, you have to help me. You're a friend and kilala niya ako. So important, kilala niya ang karakter. Kasi kung nasa corruption tayong lahat yan, mag-resign yan. So, that's it. Maraming salamat po, mga kababayan ko.